Lesson number 5 is know your place. And I know when I say that, some people are immediately going to perk up and be like, that sounds like you're trying to put me in a box or put me in a corner and tell me to know your place. And that's actually the exact opposite of what I'm doing. And again, I will illustrate this lesson with a story. When I was in nursing school, I was again battling with depression and anxiety and still some of my residual health issues. And so I was facing a lot of chronic fatigue. I didn't have what felt like the same amount of stamina as my peers. I was also in a place where my beliefs, as you can imagine, being an alternative energy practitioner in a nursing school, was not widely accepted. And so I was in this position where every day I woke up and I felt like I was constantly fighting myself. I was fighting my body and my health to be able to keep going. I was fighting my natural inclination to rest and my own natural rhythms that, had I listened to them, would have helped me heal faster. But I was also going against my soul and what I knew to be true by trying to fit into this institution that prized science over anything. And so I switched to psychology. And then, of course, you know how that went with psychology and uncovering my PTSD and diving into the deep of those symptoms. And through that overwhelm of symptoms and those realizations that I had, I took a gap semester. I took a step away from school entirely. And in that, life, again, had created the space for me to use all of these little tools and techniques and tricks that I had created for myself, like building a website, like blogging, like editing podcasts, like running social media, to create a full-time job for myself, so that by the end of my gap semester, not only had I cleared out so much of those PTSD symptoms, but I had also created this space where I set my own schedule, where I was able to fully embrace the ideologies that I held about energy and healing and life. And I was able to honor my body, rest when I needed to rest, be awake when I needed to be awake, move when I needed to move. And it was beautiful. And in that, I have realized that when I say know your place, what I mean is know where you are meant to fit. Not know where you should fit, know where other people think you should go, but know where you can go, where you will be able to fully embody and step into yourself. If you are in a position, in a place where it feels like you are constantly fighting against yourself and everything is hard and everything is wrong, it may be because you're not meant to be there. And that doesn't mean that you need to rush the transition of finding something else, but it does mean, again, awareness is the first step to healing, bringing in this awareness that when you find your true place, when you find that place where you can stand in authenticity for you, whatever that looks like, that is when things will be easy and free, and you will be able to feel whole because you're no longer trying to force yourself into a position that you were never meant to be in. If I had stayed in nursing, if I had stayed in psychology, I probably would be carrying so many labels with me right now about not having as much energy, being constantly ill, having a bad memory, all of these things, because I was pushing myself to be in a place, in a rhythm, in a time that I wasn't meant to be in. But because I've stepped back, I've allowed myself to do it wrong. I stepped away from school. I created my own business. I created my own life around myself. I'm now in this place where everything I do comes from this place of inner excellence. It comes from this place of inner passion and truth and knowing, because I have found my place. And I think that is more of a comforting lesson than some of these other ones have, of knowing that if something feels wrong, it might be because it's wrong for you. And again, can you be willing to let go of what you should be doing to find where you are supposed to be, to find the place where you can be that fullest expression of yourself?